Somewhere this morning, a man apologized for being good at something. He softened a sentence that was true. He added a qualifier to a decision he was qualified to make. Nobody forced him. That is the trap. It doesn't need guards. Last week we named the mental prison, the belief that you need someone's confirmation to know who you are. This week, the second cage. The masculinity trap works differently. It doesn't attack what you do, it attacks what you are, and calls the attack an improvement. 24 centuries ago, at least as Hollywood tells it, a messenger arrived in Sparta with an offer. Submit. Acknowledge that your strength is a problem for the world. And a king understood something modern men are trained to miss. There are messages you cannot accept the premise of and remain who you are. The modern messenger doesn't ride a horse. He books a meeting room. Pattern 1. Relabeling. Confidence, filed as arrogance. Directness, filed as aggression. So he speaks carefully now, quietly, less than he is. Watch the glass, not the man. The king in the reflection is his given strength, and every word he swallows dims it. Pattern 2. The missing distinction. Take protection, decisiveness, capability, and condemn the whole category. But nobody ever defines the line between strength that serves and strength that preys. And a man who is never taught the difference doesn't become safer. He becomes unsure. In the shop glass, the king is fainter now. Pattern 3. The workplace. The traits that make things function, clarity, standards, decisions, get managed like symptoms. Harvard's Frank Dobbin spent years studying mandatory training programs and found that forcing them on people doesn't reduce bias. It breeds resentment. The programs measured attendance. They never measured whether anything changed. In the dead screen beside him, the king is almost gone. Pattern 4. The double standard. The same instincts condemned in theory get requested in practice, sometimes by the same person on the same day. The lecture at 9, the can you handle this at 5. Ideology is what people say. Preference is what they do when it matters. And notice the door glass. For the first time all week, the king burns brighter. Strength, spent on someone else, comes back. So here is the distinction nobody taught you, the whole argument of this week. Real strength protects. It creates safety for the people around it. Fake strength preys. It demands submission, calls. It demands submission and calls it respect. These are not the same thing, and condemning them equally teaches neither. A man who knows the difference is not a danger to anyone. He is the reason the room is safe. So this week's work is one test. Run in the moment before you soften. Am I adjusting because they know something I don't, or because I need them to be comfortable with who I am? If it's the second, hold the frame, quietly, without heat. Arrogance cannot tolerate being wrong. Competence simply proceeds. And as he does, look, the gold is not arriving from anywhere. It was his all along. The glass was never empty. The workbook calls this week's tool the identity blade. It doesn't make a man aggressive. It makes him precise. able to separate who he is from who he was told to be, and to keep the first one. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor wrote a note to himself in the middle of a plague: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That is the weak, not an argument about masculinity, the quiet construction of a man nobody has to manage. This is film 2 of 14, one for every week of mental prison break. The films are free, and they stay free. Each comes with a discussion guide built for classrooms, teams and kitchen tables. The full 14-week program is at stoicgod.com. Next week, the prison that looks exactly like ambition. Build in silence.